Greetings once more, dear viewers, to this cherished corner of the internet, where captivating tales await your discovery. Be sure to tap that subscribe button, ensuring you stay updated on the newest narratives. My name is Ryan, and I am a 25-year-old software developer employed at a modest tech company located just beyond the city limits. Today, I am recounting a tale of an unexpected day that transformed everything for both me and Ethan's family. Ethan and I have shared a close friendship since our college days, and throughout the years, my affection for his mother, Linda, has deepened. Her charm is simply irresistible, radiating warmth and energy that captivates those around her. Whenever I stepped into their home, I frequently found myself engaged in conversation with her. At times even more so than with Ethan. She possesses a relaxed demeanor, finds humor in my jokes, and to be honest, she is absolutely breathtaking. An undeniable aura surrounds her, captivating all who encounter it. One day, with a bit of leisure at my disposal, I chose to pay an unexpected visit to Ethan's home. A spontaneous catch-up appeared to be a delightful notion. With keys in hand, I set off without a word of warning. Upon my arrival, I found Ethan absent, yet Linda greeted me at the door, her expression brightening with unexpected delight. With a warm smile, she welcomed me, her soft laughter echoing as she beckoned me inside. "This is unexpected," she remarked, her signature smile illuminating her face. "Ethan failed to mention your impending arrival." I massaged the nape of my neck, a smile playing on my lips. I confessed that I had intended to surprise him. She let out a soft laugh, gracefully moving to the side. "Though he is absent at the moment, you are more than welcome to linger until his return." At that very moment, a fierce rainstorm erupted, pouring down in torrents outside, rendering any thought of departure utterly impossible. Linda cast a fleeting look out the window, arched an eyebrow in curiosity, and then shifted her gaze back to me. "You're certainly not going anywhere in this weather," she remarked, her smile growing wider. "It seems you find yourself anchored here for the time being." I nodded, a quiet satisfaction blooming within me at the chance to linger a little longer. She guided me into the living room, where the gentle patter of rain enveloped us in a warm, intimate ambience. As we settled into our conversation, I found myself increasingly captivated by her presence with every fleeting moment. Linda presented me with a steaming cup of tea, and we engaged in a conversation that spanned a myriad of topics. The balance of work, the essence of life, and of course, Ethan. Her laughter resonated gently, warm and welcoming, enveloping me in a sense of belonging. At times, our gazes intertwined, holding just a moment longer, igniting an unvoiced connection between us. As she reclined in her chair, effortlessly crossing her legs, I was struck by the elegant assurance that radiated from her stance. 50. She exuded a timeless elegance, her vibrant energy and dazzling smile utterly enchanting me. I attempted to conceal my intrigue, yet I suspect she caught on, as her eyes twinkled with delight each time I stole a glance in her direction. "So, Ryan," she said, a playful smirk dancing on her lips, pulling me from my reverie. "Your silence tonight feels quite striking. What thoughts occupy your mind?" Surprised, I fumbled my words and let out a nervous laugh. I suppose I never anticipated finding myself in this situation. Only the two of us. She inclined her head just a fraction, her eyes radiating warmth while holding a playful glint. "Ah, what a delightful surprise," she murmured gently. "These days, Ethan is seldom present, making it a pleasure to enjoy some company." Even with her relaxed tone, the warmth in her voice sent my heart racing. Our dialogue continued, gradually delving into more intimate territory. She recounted tales from her younger days, the aspirations she once nurtured, and the ways in which her life had transformed through the passage of time. I found myself utterly captivated, hanging on her every word. With each passing hour, the storm outside grew fiercer, offering no hint of reprieve. Linda cast a fleeting look at the clock before turning her gaze toward me. her expression tinged with contemplation. "It seems the weather won't be easing up anytime soon," she remarked. "The rain is coming down in torrents outside." I gazed through the window at the cascading sheets of rain and nodded in understanding. "I doubt I'll be able to return home this evening." She nodded in comprehension, her tone soft and soothing. "If you wish, you are more than welcome to remain here. Ethan's chamber lies just down the corridor." With a heart full of gratitude and a rush of excitement, I smiled. "Thank you, Linda. Your kindness means a great deal to me." She vanished for a moment, only to reappear with additional blankets, placing them gently on the couch next to me. As she passed them to me, our hands lightly touched, sending a warm wave through my body, prompting me to look up at her. Her eyes locked onto mine, gentle and welcoming. In that fleeting instant, it seemed as though the world beyond the confines of the room had vanished entirely. "You know," she said, her voice barely above a whisper, "I've always thought you were such a charming young man, and now that you're here, it's been truly wonderful. Just the two of us." My heart quickened. "Text, I share your sentiments, Linda," I responded, my voice barely above a whisper. The air around us crackled with unvoiced feelings. She gazed into my eyes, a hint of curiosity flickering within them, before leaning in just a fraction. The warmth of her presence enveloped me, accompanied by the delicate, soothing fragrance of her perfume. In that fleeting moment, I realized this was an experience etched in my memory forever. She lingered in my gaze, her expression gentle and brimming with unvoiced emotions. Then, maintaining our gaze, she extended her hand and softly tucked a loose strand of hair away from my forehead. Her fingers lingered just a moment longer than seemed necessary, and my breath caught as her touch sent a shiver coursing through me. I discovered that I was naturally inclining toward her touch. "Ryan," she whispered gently, as if releasing a breath of air, "you possess a unique quality that sets you apart." Her words lingered in the atmosphere, and I found myself unable to restrain my emotions any further. As I drew nearer, I softly clasped her hand within my own. Her skin radiated warmth, exuding a softness that beckoned invitingly. She remained close. Instead, she leaned in, her lips parting just enough to seem to beckon me nearer. With my heart racing, I leaned closer and gently brushed my lips against hers. Hesitant at the beginning, her lips met mine in a soft, affectionate kiss, while her hand delicately caressed my cheek. We lingered for a fleeting instant, our gazes intertwining once more. Now devoid of any reluctance, I encircled her with my arm, drawing her nearer as our kiss intensified, a fervor we had both been concealing throughout the night. She breathed gently against my lips, her fingers gliding to the nape of my neck, pulling me nearer as though she had longed for this moment just as intensely as I had. Her touch ignited a spark within me, and I found myself unable to resist the urge to let my fingers glide along the gentle curve of her waist, savoring the warmth that radiated from her skin. Gently, she reclined, her eyes twinkling with a mischievous light. "You know," she whispered, "I never imagined this would come to pass. Yet here we are, and it seems we both understand the direction in which this is moving." I inclined my head and offered a smile. "I'm pleased it is." Outside, the rain relentlessly cascaded, yet within, a sense of warmth and intimacy enveloped the space. She reclined against the couch, drawing me in with her, and I encircled her with my arms, holding her tightly. Her fingers glided softly over my back, each caress sparking a fresh warmth between us. Our lips connected once more, this time with greater depth and intensity. As her hands roamed, her warmth surrounding me in a manner that unmistakably revealed she had longed for this moment just as fervently as I had. Her fingers danced along my arms, their touch delicate and playful, and I found myself smiling against her lips. She looked at me with a familiar warmth, her fingers lightly placed on my chest, as if sensing the rapid beat of my heart beneath her gentle touch. I bowed my head, pressing my lips to her neck and allowing them to linger. sensing her shiver in response to my touch. Each moment stretched into eternity as I surrendered to the warmth of her embrace. Our hearts pulsing in harmony while the rain maintained its gentle cadence beyond the window. She let out a gentle sigh, her body arching slightly as she led my hand to the delicate curve of her waist, a place that seemed to fit seamlessly beneath my fingertips. Emboldened by her reaction, I allowed my hand to gently trace the contours of her back, relishing the warmth that seeped through the delicate fabric of her sweater. She emitted a soft sound, her hand gently resting on my shoulder, drawing me nearer. Her warmth enveloped me, drawing me in with an irresistible force. Drawn in by an irresistible urge, I bent closer, my lips grazing the delicate curve of her neck, savoring the velvety texture of her skin as she tilted her head, beckoning me to explore deeper. I leaned in, urging her to react with heightened fervor, and gently slid my hands under her sweater. The delicate texture of her skin under my fingertips ignited a thrilling surge within me. I found myself unable to resist the urge to delve deeper. Our gazes intertwined, conveying a silent connection. I drew closer once more, pressing my lips against hers with fervor, relishing each fleeting moment. My hand rested on her hip, sensing the rapid beat of her pulse beneath my fingertips. She melted into me, her form aligning seamlessly with mine as I embraced her tightly. Every touch now resonated with instinct, forging a seamless bond between us. She gazed into my eyes, her expression radiating warmth and brimming with unvoiced feelings. With a gentle smile, she reclined against the couch, leading my hand to her shoulder while her fingers wove together with mine. My other hand glided down her leg, the warmth emanating beneath my palm as I caressed her thigh softly. The intimacy we shared was unmistakable, and our kisses lingered, each one more intentional, as we relished the experience. As we finally separated, gasping for air and disoriented, the outside world appeared utterly changed. The rain persisted, its soft patter weaving a delicate tapestry of sound that enveloped us in a sanctuary of solitude. The gentle hue adorning her cheeks caught my eye, while the sheen on her lips, a testament to our shared kisses, ignited an intense, unwavering longing deep within me. It was a sensation unlike any I had encountered. Primal, instinctual force beckoning me toward her, compelling me to delve deeper. Perhaps we ought to relocate to a more inviting setting, she proposed, her tone soft and flirtatious, laced with a hint of playful intrigue. I could only nod, a wave of exhilaration coursing through me as she guided me down the softly illuminated corridor toward her bedroom. The door groaned gently on its hinges, unveiling a realm that exuded warmth and intimacy. The gentle radiance of a softly glowing lamp bathed the room in warmth, its elegant decor a mere backdrop to the vibrancy she brought to the space. She pivoted to confront me, her gaze unwavering and infused with an electrifying intensity. The atmosphere around us thickened with expectation as the door clicked closed, the sound echoing in the stillness and heightening the significance of the moment. I moved closer, captivated by her presence as if pulled by an unseen force. My heart raced as she approached, and I extended my hand, our fingers weaving together in a delicate embrace. The warmth of her skin ignited a spark within me, and with a tender tug, I brought her nearer. My free hand glided over her waist, savoring the gentle softness of her body as it pressed against mine. She gazed up at me, her eyes shimmering with a blend of mischief and yearning, and I sensed my defenses beginning to dissolve. As I bent closer, I pressed my lips against hers in yet another kiss. The kiss intensified, becoming more passionate as I drew her closer. Our bodies melded together effortlessly, her warmth enveloping me while each kiss ignited a cascade of electric sensations coursing through my veins. Her hands roamed along my arms, exploring the lines of my muscles before weaving through my hair, drawing me nearer and wordlessly prompting me to go on. As I reluctantly pulled away from the kiss, I found myself lost in her eyes, where the same fervor and intensity mirrored the fire that ignited within me. with my forehead gently pressed against hers. I took a moment to truly relish the experience. A blend of exhilaration and vulnerability enveloped me, and I murmured, my voice scarcely a whisper, "Are you certain about this?" Her response manifested as a gentle, understanding smile, accompanied by a nod, her gaze locking onto mine with steadfast assurance. With a voice that resonated with warmth and unwavering confidence, she responded, "I've never been more certain of anything." Encouraged by her soothing words, I bent down once more, sealing my lips against hers in a tender kiss. With a soft touch, I retreated, leading her gracefully to the bed. The mattress embraced her as she settled into its depths, while I lingered above, the atmosphere charged with unspoken tension. Gently, I allowed my lips to glide along her neck, placing tender kisses on her collarbone, relishing the way her body quivered beneath my caress. Her fingers glided softly across my back, a silent invitation as I ventured deeper into the contours of her being. Savoring every gasp and sigh that slipped from her lips, I halted for a brief instant, gazing down at her. Her gaze met mine, eyes brimming with longing and trust, rendering me utterly breathless. As I leaned in closer, our bodies aligned seamlessly, my form pressing against hers. My hand glided along her thigh, a soft yet assertive gesture that ignited a shiver in us both. The relentless rain drummed against the window, yet the outside world blurred into insignificance as I became completely absorbed in her presence. Each kiss, each touch, brimmed with a fervor ignited by our bond. Our movements flowed seamlessly together, immersed in the cadence of desire, as a surge of contentment enveloped me with every fleeting second. The night unfolded, rich with hushed giggles and soft breaths of delight as we yielded to one another entirely. The confines of our camaraderie faded away, giving rise to a connection that was profound, untamed, and exquisite. Never could I have envisioned a night blossoming in such a manner, each fleeting moment pulling us nearer, enveloping us in a silent closeness. As fatigue enveloped me, I settled beside her, my arm resting gently around her shoulders in a gesture of protection. We were both panting, our breaths intertwining as we absorbed the remnants of our bond. Her fingers danced lightly across my chest, and I bent down to place a tender kiss on her forehead, relishing the warmth of her body pressed against mine. This evening was nothing short of extraordinary, I whispered, my heart brimming with indescribable feelings. She faced me, a gentle smile illuminating her features. "Indeed, it was," she responded, her eyes glimmering with delight and a hint of playful intrigue. "This feels like something I could easily acclimate to." As we surrendered to the embrace of slumber, the rain outside softened to a gentle patter. Yet within us, our hearts remained entwined, irrevocably transformed by this unforeseen night of fervor. In that moment, I realized it was merely the beginning of an extraordinary journey, a narrative woven with the fibers of longing, passion, camaraderie, and blossoming affection. We lay intertwined in one another's embrace, savoring the lingering warmth, while the world beyond gradually resumed its familiar cadence. The rain eased, its gentle cadence against the window forming a soothing backdrop for our hushed exchanges and soft laughter. Just as I teetered on the brink of slumber, the piercing chime of the doorbell yanked me back to consciousness. I stood still, my heart racing as I stole a look at her. A blend of astonishment and dread swept over her features as the weight of the moment settled upon us. Her son, a dear friend of mine, was at home. Could that be him? She murmured, her voice scarcely rising above a whisper. "Indeed, it's him," I responded, my thoughts swirling in a frenzy. We rushed to compose ourselves, yet the desperate shuffling of sheets and garments only amplified the disorder. The doorbell chimed once more, the sound more insistent this time, sending a jolt through my veins. "Hurry, conceal yourself," she implored, her gaze filled with a fervent intensity. With urgency coursing through my veins, I swept my gaze across the room until it landed on the closet, and without hesitation, I plunged into its depths, pressing myself against the wall. I held my breath, straining to catch the faintest sounds drifting through the closed bedroom door. "Mother, are you present at home?" His voice reverberated through the halls of the house. "I had a feeling I'd come across you here," he remarked. I observed through the slender gaps of the closet door as she entered the living room, her expression transforming from flustered to poised. "Yes, I'm here," she replied, her voice unwavering even amidst the palpable tension surrounding them. She stood with poise, her demeanor serene and resolute. Her poise in that high-stakes moment was truly admirable. "Were you caught in the rain?" he inquired as he entered, blissfully oblivious to the electric tension that filled the room. "Just a light shower," she said, a subtle tremor of anxiety weaving through her voice. "However, I am perfectly all right. How did your day unfold?" "It was quite enjoyable. I brought some snacks," I said. "Thought we could hang out," he replied with a cheerful tone. A smirk crept onto my face, a stark contrast to the absurd normality of his words, which felt so out of place against the backdrop of the intensity that had just unfolded. "Certainly," she replied with a graceful ease. "Please bear with me for a moment." Her eyes darted momentarily to the bedroom door, as if she could feel my presence lingering nearby. I paused, my breath caught in my throat, uncertain of what lay ahead. Would she extend an invitation for him to enter? Would he perceive that something was out of place? "All right, I'll be right there," she replied, pivoting back toward the bedroom. The resolve in her eyes was unmistakable, a fierce determination to hold onto this moment tightly. "Hurry, put your clothes on," she urged in a hushed tone as she reappeared, her heart pounding in sync with my own. I hastily donned my garments, striving to silence the tumultuous thoughts whirling within my mind. In the living room, the sound of my friend bustling about reached my ears, accompanied by the soft rustle of bags being unpacked. "Do you suppose he is aware?" I inquired, my voice barely above a whisper, tinged with a sense of urgency. "He can't," she responded, her lip caught between her teeth, her face a tapestry of exhilaration and trepidation. "Simply behave as you usually would. We shall find a way." With a final look exchanged between us, we steeled ourselves for the challenges that awaited. I emerged from the closet, my heart racing, and entered the living room just as my friend pivoted to face us, a broad smile lighting up her face. "At last, you have arrived," he joked, a playful grin on his face, as if he were oblivious to the palpable tension that hung in the air. "I was starting to think you were hiding from me," she replied smoothly, "just getting a few things organized."